Pete, particularly with how Stephen Mullaney celebrated that as the team walked off, that looks like it was a win that meant a lot to the team.
It's the end of a block, isn't it? I mean, we've had a fairly tough run of games before we now change into the Royal London, and we've had two. What I would say, we had two very good games where we haven't been able to get over the line. Middlesex, we had a tough game here, and we really wanted to finish with a win. One, to put ourselves in a good position in the division, and two, it's a game at Trent Bridge in front of our own fans. So yeah, I thought, fantastic to get over the line, and we played some really good cricket.
How satisfying is it to see the two overseas bowlers come through, 8 wickets in the match apiece for Pattinson and Paterson?
Yeah, and they're very different, aren't they, as bowlers? And Jimmy's got this ability, I think, to disturb a bit with his pace and his aggression. I think he did that today, as he did in the first innings. But don't underestimate his quality as a bowler. He swung the ball all game. And Dane, we saw Dane last year. Dane challenges every ball. I think over the last 2 or 3 games, Dane's hit some unbelievable rhythm again, and credit to him. They're both great spear hands, and well backed up this game by Luke Fletcher. Liam Patterson-White didn't get as much of a go. He's had some busy games, but yeah, fantastic job by all the bowling unit.
On Dane, how big a moment did him removing Pujara feel in that first innings?
Well, that was, to me, one of the balls of the season, if I'm honest. It was a beautiful bit of bowling because what built up to it. He plugged away around about 4th stump line, and then he bowled what was a fantastic in-swinger, nipped a little bit off the pitch, and it sort of hit Pudgy before he'd really moved. So, and we know he's had a phenomenal season. We know he's a great player. So to do that to that quality of a player, and it was a significant moment in the match, that's for sure.
And in terms of the all-round skills on show today, we saw Lyndon James execute the run-out. We saw Luke Fletcher take a tumbling take at mid-off. How satisfying is it for you to see the work away from just the bowling of the bowlers come through?
Yeah, I think it sums up how we've been all season in Championship cricket. We've committed everything to it, not just with the ball or with the bat and in the field. So there's a great energy. I think the last game against Derby, we had a long time in the field, and anybody watching that game, you'd have felt the energy that was with the lads all the way through to the end. We couldn't get over the line, credit to Derby in that game. But in this game again, we had lots of buzz, lots of energy, nothing stupid, discipline from the bowlers, and created pressure on the opposition for a long period of time.
Has it been easy to keep those energy levels high in the dressing room? It was quite a gruelling game last week that it ultimately ended in that draw.
I think the lads were excited about playing here. Certainly excited today because the last 2 days, one yesterday felt a little bit like one of those days where the game was going to move one way or the other. We started that day very well by getting 5 wickets in the first hour. And then I think yesterday that partnership between Haseeb, Hameed and Lyndon James was significant in the game because, they put on over 130. The speed they scored at, I think they took the game away from very quickly, and that created the platform for the work the bowlers did today.
And how satisfied are you to see different ways to win as well? Presumably a toss that would have been nice to have won and gone your own way with, but to come up and sort of overcome that over the course of the last 3 days.
Yeah, actually, I don't think we batted as well as we can in the first innings. And it's not a generalisation. Obviously, Steve Mullaney, the captain, was a standout. I thought Ben Slater played well, but there'd be quite a few of our batters who'd be disappointed how they got out in that first innings. But we still got 240. We've got good depth in the batting unit, and people like Jimmy Pattinson came in and created partnerships all the way through. So 240. We'd have liked to have got more, but I think the way we bowled in that first innings, the discipline we showed, created a lot of pressure on the opposition. And I thought second innings we played well, actually. We looked to build those partnerships all the way through, and we had, say, that significant one, I think, that between Hass and Lyndon was a big difference in that innings.